Hello guys and welcome to Laravel 7 tutorials. So guys, in the previous video we successfully implemented the delete functionality related to blocks, and right now I am going to mark this blocks related CRUD as completed. So let's do that first. Okay. So guys, in this video we are going to do some work that is related to front end so that you can develop some interest that you are learning something great. Okay. One thing that I want to mention right here is, guys, the CRUD for blocks related to admin and related to user is going to be exactly same, but I am going to do that later after the front end work so that we can view our blocks on the front end and we can view the description of the blocks on the front end. Okay, the reason being because because in this case we are going to use the same CRUD for this user as well, but we are going to implement a separate dashboard for user. In that case we are going to use same pages, but let's say in most of the cases when you are working with the real life project, what you are going to do is you are going to see a different dashboard for user and an admin. Okay, so I'm going to create that logic for you, or else we can do what we can do is basically we can simply use the same admin dashboard and we can implement some if and else logic related to user. Let's say if user is logged in, don't show these links, and let's say if admin is logged in, you have to show all these links. Okay, so we can do that, but in my case I'm going to show it to you in a different way so that it can help you in real life environment, because whenever you are going to be working on a live website, you are going to see two different dashboards. One is related to user and the other will be related to admin, and most of the time you have to create a separate layout. Okay, so that's what I mean. Okay, so without further talking, let's move and let's see what we are going to do today. Okay, so first of all I will move to git bash and I'm going to run my project right here, php artisan server. Okay, let's move to Google and here I'm going to access my project just like that. Okay, so right here, okay, first I want to show you something. So first of all I'm going to log in and I'm going to input my credentials right here, login. Okay, let's move to blocks. Okay, so first thing I want to mention right here is, let's say if you guys are getting a huge description right here. Let's say in my case I'm not using a description in these listing table, or let's say if you are using that description for the listing which will contain a huge amount of text. So let me show you a logic so that you can restrict it to a certain amount of characters limit. Okay, so let's say blogs, and here let's say I'm going to select this one. Okay, and I'm going to put some random text. I will move to lorem ipsum, this one. Sorry, lorem ipsum, this one. Okay, random text. So I'm just going to copy everything from right here. Let me copy once again. Okay, that's enough. Let's copy that and let's paste it right here. Okay, I think I have I think I did it multiple times, so I'm going to remove it everything, and not like that. Sorry guys, sorry for this silly mistake. Okay, I'm going to edit everything, Control A, remove and paste one time, that's it. Okay, so now if you see right here on the first record, I'm going to do a refresh and let's move to edit so that we can see that random text right here. Okay, so whole of this you are going to see right here if you are using a description in these listing. Okay, so what you can do to restrict it, just like we did for the short description, you can limit the character. Let me show you. I will move to block controller right here, to the description, sorry, to the short description. Right here we are using string words, and we are limiting our characters right here with the help of words. Let's say we want only 10 words. That's it. After that, please concatenate these dots. Okay, so similar thing you can do for the description. Right here all you have to do is edit column and use the string words. Okay, so this is the first thing that I wanted to tell you. Okay, so the next step is, guys, for the blogging system, let's move forward on the main page, front end home page right here. Okay, so first of all, guys, the front end related work, let's say related to about page, contact us page, or during doing these queries for getting the blogs, using search and using, let's say, categories and tags for the search, all these type of stuff, basically I do it with the help of a single separate controller, that is front end controller. So in this case, once again, I'm going to use the front end controller. Okay, just keep that in mind. So in front end controller, we are going to use all of these, basically we are going to do all these queries related to about, contact, getting the records, getting the categories, tags, etc., each and everything. Okay, guys, so first of all, I will stop my project right here, and I'm going to create a controller, php artisan make controller, and controller name would be front end controller. That's it. You can name whatever you want. Okay, so let's run our project. So okay, so our project is up and running. Let me do a refresh right here. Okay, so now I have my controller. Let's see, http controller right here, front end controller. Okay, so now we are going to use this to call our home page. As I said earlier, that these are all the configuration route, and we are going to change it later when we are going to create a controller. So now is the right time to remove this and use let's use the front end controller instead. So let's do that. Route get, whenever you see or whenever someone tries to access the root directive, what you have to do is call front end controller specific method, that is index. Okay, so we are going to return our view from right there. So I will just copy this return, Control X. Let's remove this, we don't need it right now. Let's move to front end controller. Okay, let's put a comment, home page public function, and name is index, and let's return our view. That's it. Let's do a refresh on this page so that we know that we are not breaking anything right here. And let's say if I remove this route, you will see we will have a 404 page not found. So this is working perfectly fine, guys. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to pass our blogs that we have created on the back end so that we can view our blogs right here on this specific page instead of this random data. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do, since we are going to get all the blogs, what I need to do is I need to import the class, the one that is related, and in this case that would be app blog. I hope you guys got the point. Okay, guys, because we need to use this blog related data from the database. So in order to do that, what we need to do is import the class. Okay, so $blogs, and I want all the blogs, let's say. Okay, dd $blogs, and now we are not going to see our view because I'm using a die dump right here before that. So right here, I don't know why it is taking blogs all. Okay, so I think there is a mistake. That's fine. Sorry, guys. Okay, see. Okay, guys, so now we have 8 blogs right here. Let me show you right here. You can see, you can count them. Let's say I will count it with you. Let's say in my case, you may have different number of records, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, guys, and right here you can see 1 2 of them are non-active. So I don't want all the blogs because these are restricted and admin doesn't have assigned the permission to this specific blog, so that it will be, so that basically the admin is restricting right here these blogs, so that it doesn't appear on the front side, okay, on the front end. So what we need to do is we need to change our query, and we don't want all the blogs, but instead we want specific one where active is 1. That's it, guys. And for that, let's say we have, in this case we also have multiple records, in this case 6 right here, okay. So what we can do is we are going to use get to get all the records, and right here let's do a refresh. Now in this case you can see we have 6 records, okay. So everything is working perfectly fine. And remember that, guys, don't use first right here. Why? Because using first you are only going to get 1 record, okay. Let me show you right here. See, okay, so in this case we are getting only 1 record. So in order to get a certain amount of records, what you need to do is use get. That's it, okay. Now we can simply return these blocks to front end, as simple as that, using a compact, and I want blogs without a $sign, guys. Okay, so now let's do a refresh, and right here we can see our home blade. Okay, so the next task is to print our blogs right here, or blogs related data right here. So let's do that. For that I will move to resources, views, front end, and blog blade right here, okay. So in this case we are using 2 divs right here. You can see the repetition right here as well. Men must explore and I believe, okay. So we are using these 2, and we are using for each on these 2, okay. So that's why these records are repetitive. So first of all I'm going to remove 1 div now, because I have actual data, so I don't need to do it like this. I will simply use for each, okay. And I'm going to remove this HR as well, because 1 is enough. Every time we are looping the record we are going to have HR. That's it, okay. So some minor changes, that is in this case we are not going to use for, but it is going to be for each, because we want to loop our records, okay. Let's do that. $blogs as $blog, and for we are going to change it to and for each, okay. Let's do that. Refresh. So now you can see we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 record, okay. So everything is working like a charm, okay. Let's move forward, guys. Okay, so first of all I don't want this HR to be right here, because here our records are ended, and whenever I reach the last record I don't want to display this HR. So let me show you a simple and effective logic that we can use anywhere in our project. That is simply using @if $loop, not like this, loop and last, okay, guys. So that's it. And let's say and if, and first of all I'm going to write not, okay. So let's do a refresh, and now we are not going to see HR right here. Why? Let's discuss this, okay. So let's say in this case our variable name which we are trying to loop through, or our array or our collection related variable is right here, $blogs, okay. So in any case there are many cases that you will have a variable different than blogs. What you need to do, whatever the variable name is right here, you are always going to use $loop for that, okay. So this $loop has a specific method that the name is last right here, and we are accessing it like an object property right here, okay. So what it is going to do, it is just going to check for you if the specific element which we are looping right here right now on any specific record, it is just going to check it if it's the last one in this records or not. If yes, we are going to use our condition and we can do anything based on a condition. So in this case, what I am doing right here is simply assigning if loop not equals to last, what you have to do is you need to print this HR, or else you need to do nothing. Okay, when we reach the last record, you don't need to print this HR, and it is never going to get right in here on this HR. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. We have total 6 record. In numbering point of view, numbering start from 0 because it's an array or collection, whatever you like to say. Okay guys, so right here, let's say we are looping first record. The ID is 0. Is it the last one? No. First one, now we are on the first record. Is it the last one? No. It reached right here. Second record, is it the last one? No. Third, no. Fourth, no. Fifth, is it the last one? Yes, it's the last one. So it will reach right here, and it is not going to print this HR. Sorry, in that case the condition is true. So it is sorry guys, I'm saying it wrong again and again. Sorry guys. Okay, so in that condition, when the loop is last, we are never going to reach right here. So let's start from the beginning. Let's say we start from the 0 to 5. So 0 record, is it the last one? No, you need to print HR. First record, is it the last one? No, you need to print HR. Similarly for 1, 2, is it the last one? No, you need to print HR. Let's say for the 5th one, is it the last record? Yes, it is. Don't need to print, or we are just going to skip this block. That's it, as simple as that. Okay guys, so that's what we are doing right here, and we are seeing a result right here. So let's get the title and the short description and the name and date, etc. So let's do that. Okay, so first of all, for that, what I'm going to do, right here on h2 post title, I'm going to get the title of the blog. $blog title. Okay, and let's say if it's empty, do nothing, and let me show you first. So now we have our titles in place. Okay, so now let's get the description, short description. $blog short description, and let's say that's it. Now we are going to get short descriptions right here. Okay guys, let's move forward, and I'm going to change posted by, and let's get a username right here, the one who created the blog specifically. $blog, how can we do that? Using a user method that we created inside the blog.php class. Okay, so blog user, and I want the name. That's it. We can also use it like this. Okay, let's move forward, refresh, and now you can see the name of the user right. Now let's change this date. How are we going to do that? Simply guys, we can use Carbon once again, which is very effective, and you can use it anywhere in your project. But how can we use Carbon on the Blade pages? Okay, so you can find it in the let me show you on the documentation site, Laravel Carbon, and let's say if you want a specific format for the date, you can always visit this site, Carbon Nestbot. Sorry. Okay, so here you have multiple types of format, etc., whatever you like. Okay, so from my end, because I am working with Laravel for more than 2 or 3 years, so I know how can I do that. Okay, so I'm just simply going to use the method to implement, and I'm going to say use the same format as well. So since, let's say if you are working on a controller side, Carbon is already there, but what you need to do is you need to include the class. Okay, let's say we used Carbon right here in the category controller. See, we are using Carbon right here, and then right here we can use it simply. And in the Blade case, what we need to do is we don't need to call it up right here or something like that. We can simply do it like this. Let me show you. Okay, so first of all, I want Carbon. Okay, you don't need to memorize it. Okay guys, just keep that in mind, because what you need to do, let's say I want to get talking with the let's say Blade point of view. Let's say I want to use Carbon on blade. What you need to do is just search how can we use carbon on blade or carbon blade. How can we use it? Or let's say if you want to search how can I use carbon on the controller, all you need to do is search, that's it, and you will find your answer. Absolutely. Okay, so parse, and in this case I want to assign and change this created underscore at date to a specific format, that would be format. I want this similar format, so I know how can I get this, and in this case that would be F D D small, okay, and F, so that we can get the month name in capital, basically not capital but full. F stand for full. Okay, and I want the whole year. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a refresh. Right here you can see December 23, 2020, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so everything is working perfectly fine. Now we are able to see our records, and let's say in any case you want to restrict, right here we don't have a huge title, so we can neglect that. But let's say if you want to use and limit your title, what you can do is, let me show you. Let's remove this str limit. Let's say we can also use limit or words, whatever you like. Limit, and I want to limit blog title to, let's say 10 characters, or let's say 10, and then I want to concatenate, let's say read more, or like this, sorry, small read more plus, that's it. Okay, refresh, and right here you can see if the character limit 1 2 3 reaches 10, we are going to assign a read more. We are basically concatenating read more so that people can click on that. Okay, this is going to be a this whole right here, this whole div is going to be a link which will be redirecting us to this specific blog related details page. Okay, so I just wanted to show you if you want to use it, and in my case I'm going to use words, and I want, let's say 10 words, that's it. Okay, so for the 10 words it is perfectly fine, and let's say if you want to use 20, you can use 20. It's totally up to you. It's totally your project. Okay guys, and I'm going to copy this for the description as well. Okay, and right here instead of words, let's say I want limit, and let's say we can use words as well, whatever, it's your choice guys. Okay, it's not mine, it's your project. As I said, short description. Okay, and I want, let's say 20 for this one. Okay, okay guys, so now it looks perfectly fine right here. See, so everything is working perfectly fine. This is how you can restrict your blogs to a specific amount, and let's say if you want to use limit, you can do that as well. And now the character length should be 20. Refresh, and right here see the character length 1. This is one specific character, 1 2 3, and you can count on. So in my case I'm going to use let's say limit right here for, let's say 120 words. Let's see how it looks. Refresh, we can change it later as well. Okay, so this looks good and better than the other, so I'm going to use this for now. Okay, if you want to change, you can. Okay, so the last task for today is we need our pagination right here. Okay, so let's do that guys. With Laravel it is really simple. Okay, let me show you. So first of all I want to remove this div. Okay, we don't want to see the older post, and I'm going to create a div class, and let's say call 12, and then let's close this div. Okay, let me see if I'm not breaking anything. This div started right here. I think I'm breaking something. Let's remove this. I just want to make sure that I'm not breaking anything guys. First, second, third. Okay, so yeah, we need one more div right here. Okay, and now I want to use nav nav, and let's say I want area label, and that should be, let's say, pagination. Okay, and inside this nav I want UL, this one, and I want to assign some certain classes. That would be class pagination, justify, content center. Okay, and right here we are going to get our pagination links. Okay, so let's see how can we do that. Let's move to the controller, front end controller, right? Okay, so guys, in order to use the pagination, what we can simply do is we can simply remove this get and use paginate. It's on the documentation. Okay guys, you don't need to worry about. And let's say if you want to see a specific number of records on a specific page, what you can do is simply do it like this. I want 3 records per page. Okay, so this 3 means 3 records per page. You can assign whatever you like. Now our pagination is implemented. Let me show you. Right here we are able to see 1 2 3 4 5 6 records. Refresh, and now we are only able to see 3 records. Okay, so how can, but still we are not able to see any pagination. Let's implement that. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is simply write $blogs links. That's it. Okay, so I know you guys are confused. Okay, so our pagination is right here. Let's move to second page, and right here the page number is 2 and the remaining records. Let's move to previous. So how the hell is this going on? Okay, let me tell you the secret. Okay guys, okay, let's say if you are getting the records from the database right here in a specific variable. Let's say it is, in this case it's blog, and let's say in your case it's products or whatever XYZ variable, etc. So whatever variable you are going to assign it right here, because you are implementing that pagination on this specific variable, what you need to do is you need to call this right here exactly like that, $blogs, and then we can, for the pagination, we can simply use links, and it is going to do the remaining work. Okay, so don't forget to implement it like this, links, and this is basically a method, and right here the same variable name on which you implemented the pagination, right? Okay, so now everything is working perfectly fine. Okay guys, so in our case we are going to have, let's say, 5 records per page, and for now we are showing only 3 records, so we can see some stuff right here going on. Let's say separate page. Okay, so everything is working perfectly fine. You can test it whatever you like, and let's say if I click on this is working perfectly fine. Okay, so in the other cases we are going to have 5 records per page, and we are going to get some real data, but for now this is enough because I wanted to show you all these stuff. Okay, so I hope you guys are liking this. So guys, in the next video we are going to implement the detailed description page, where we are going to, let's say if we are going to click this specific blog, we want to see this specific blog related details, descriptions, categories, tags, etc. So we are going to do that in the next video. So I hope you guys like this video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you, take care, and yes guys, be ready. Okay, take care.